Sean, an actor and director. Rick, a writer and director, both lived in the San Francisco Bay Area in the 90s and loved watching and making movies. Now Sean lives in Los Angeles and Rick in Virginia, and they talk nearly every day on their way to their not movie-making jobs.
Try this again.
Look, Sean, I told you, if you're a federal agent, we've had this talk, you can't record it. If I ask you if you're a federal law enforcement officer, you legally have to tell me. Which probably isn't true anymore. Probably they can disguise it. No.
Oh, not under Trump's administration. You can do whatever you want as long as you're supporting Trump.
There's a show that Callie started watching on Netflix called like Web of Lies, I think it's called, and it talks about internet-related, crime and whatnot. And there's a 2-part episode called Stingray, and it's about this guy who decided he just didn't want to conform to the world as a whole. And he ended up basically doing internet crimes in the hope of being able to move to another country and live the rest of his life. And he eventually, he gets arrested for stuff. And what's crazy is why he's in detention, in a detention center, for like 5 or 7 years, something to that effect. He starts investigating how they found him. Because him being a tech nerd, he's like, how the fuck did you find me? I covered my ass on so many levels. You had to do something shady.
Yeah.
You had to. And what he ultimately found out was that they were using a recording device which doesn't require a warrant. And worse, what it is essentially is, let's say you are committing crime in the house you live in, and they know roughly the area you're in, but they don't know where you are specifically. They're like, okay, he's in a 10-block radius somewhere. We need to tap his phone, but since we don't have an address, we can't get a warrant to tap his cell, right?
Yeah.
What they do is they drive around with this fucking device referred to as a Stingray. And what it does is it becomes a secondary cell tower. And every fucking phone call within that radius from a cell phone is monitored by this device. So
That's like in V for Vendetta.
Yeah. V for Vendetta used it. The second Batman movie, The Dark Knight. If you remember, that's a thing with Morgan Freeman's character, Lucius Fox.
Yeah.
He tells Batman, you can't do this. You're literally becoming a criminal yourself by using this device to track down the mob guy they're looking for. And the government's been using this thing, and it's this unwritten little secret thing that they don't tell people. Is that we're using this device to fight crime, if you will. And it comes down to, do you want to essentially trade safety for privacy?
Wow.
And he went to trial with it, and the judge agreed with the law enforcement officers. He was like, no, it's fine, it's perfectly okay for them to do this. But then a week later, he gets a plea bargain from the government saying, we will let you out next week, time served, if you don't appeal the case. Meaning they were afraid that if you took it to an appeals court, that there was the slight chance that a circuit court of 10 new judges would look at it and say, no, this isn't right. This is breaking the rights of U.S. citizens to have privacy. So of course he took the deal because he didn't want to end up in prison for 25 years, or take the chance of it anyways. But yeah, when I was watching that doc, I was just like, holy shit, man, that's insane.
Yeah, we like to think we live in a free country, but we're only given enough freedom to feel that we're free.
Oh yeah, we're on a leash. We're definitely on a leash. And under Trump, it's definitely a leash he's prepared to pull back on and choke the fuck out of you without a problem. Fucking insane.
Oh my God, I was just watching something this morning about how he apparently is spending $2 million to build a ballroom at the White House.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good use of funds right now.
That's
definitely a good idea. But he's got bad legs. Why does he need a ballroom?
He's got what?
He's got bad legs. Why does he need a ballroom?
He can still move his arms.
They'll put him on a little wheeled riser kind of thing, and they'll wheel him around as he flails his arms
Hey, he
about.
does that little dance where it looks like he's drying off with a towel.
Fucking looks like a retarded penguin is what he looks like. It's ridiculous.
That's why he put tariffs on that penguin island, because they stole his dance.
I like that Karate Kid picture you sent me. That was funny as shit.
I took about 9 photos just to get the angle and the lighting right. I was like, God damn it, I'll do it again.
I was gonna say it's pretty fucking good. Like if I didn't know what Karate Kid was, you know, I had no knowledge of film. I was like, oh, there's Sean with a bunch of guys. He must have been at a audition for a movie or something. I don't know what's about.
Here's Sean with this short Japanese. Wait, is that Mr. Miyagi?
Pat Morita's still alive? What's going on? That's the 80s. Sean looks pretty good considering.
Sean doesn't age. Holy shit.
Same way since 1985.
He's immortal.
Oh no, I think Jared Leto is that fucker pissing me off. It's like, you're fucking older than me. How the fuck look like you do? Like, don't get me wrong, I know he's dying as shit, but even beyond dying as shit, you know, it's like, fuck me. Oh man, it's gloomy out here today. I don't know if it's gonna be a rainy day. I don't know how much shit I'm gonna accomplish.
It's gloomy right now, but it's supposed to be in the 80s today.
Yeah, I think we still have the 80s, which is a good thing because that means everyone's AC unit is doing what it needs to unless it's actually fucking broken. As opposed to the people who can't understand it's 106 outside and 78. That's you're gonna fucking get. Yesterday I had to sit there and listen to this guy for 5 minutes. He's a welder for a living. Go on and on about, we work all day. We work all day in the middle of this boat, and we're just welding 150 degrees, and all we want is to come home and fucking sit in our comfortable AC, and we can. And no matter how many times, oh no, it must be broken. It's not broken. That's why it works on the cooler days. But okay. And then I get management, you know, they're like, well, what's the easiest solution? I'm like, replace the fucking system. We replace the system, and you know what? He will get closer to the target temp he wants, as opposed to this 12-year-old unit he's got. So those are our choices.
Are these all window units? Like little box units?
No, they're actual air conditioning systems, you know. But they've been treated so badly over the years that they're not full to their optimal efficiency.
Okay.
In a lot of cases, they're mixed matched. In a lot of cases, the coil's never been cleaned, or the filter. See, these idiots who installed it, they put a filter in the unit, and then they brazen the copper line sets to block it. So you can't change the filter. So I've gone to some of these units that have literally never had a filter changed.
Oh God.
And when it does that, the best way to equate it, this is the most, you know, real world explanation I can give you. If you're sipping through a straw and you pinch it slightly, you'll notice the decreasement of fluid, right?
Yeah.
Same concept. If you block your coil and no air can get over that coil, you're going to have decreased efficiency.
Yeah.
The coil can't cool down properly. It can't put out enough air, and eventually the outdoor unit will die from it. Which is why there's so many mixed matched units from, you know, like 4 or 5 years apart from the indoor unit. It's because the outdoor compressor died, and, you know, someone sold them and changing out the entire unit.
Wow. Yeah, the house that Dre and I lived in Vegas the last 10 years was, the house was a little over 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
And we found out, like, the last couple of years that we were there, we didn't even find out until then that the AC unit that we had in the house was rated for 780 square feet or something like that.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And you probably notice how long it took you to cool down to a target temperature, and that's not uncommon. Builders will do that all the time because it's just cheaper for them. You know, they'll put one in that is like barely borderline of what you need in the long run.
I think the owner put it in at some point because that house was built in like the 70s, and I'm pretty sure that was a newer unit than the 70s. So I think the owner put it in because it was cheaper than a 1,200 square foot unit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One I changed out recently, the one with the attic that kicked my ass.
Yeah.
They put in a unit 1.5 sizes too small.
Oh God.
Put in a unit that was 1,600 square feet rated, but 2,100 square feet is the square footage of the house.
Oh.
And they wondered why they couldn't get some rooms to cool and all, because there just wasn't enough of a unit to handle it.
Wow.
Did I tell you my wedding disappeared? Did I tell you about that?
Say it again.
My wedding ring. Did I tell you how that disappeared off my hand at some point?
Oh yeah. Did you find it?
No. Still looking around the house. I don't know what the fuck happened. I really don't.
You're gonna get a call from one of your clients saying, "Well, we hear this rattling every time we turn on an AC."
You check it out for us. It's like, oh, look at that. See, I would love to say that's the case, and I'm not trying to downplay or steal from the supernatural element of it disappearing the way it did.
Yeah.
But I've always been extremely conscious of that. That's why the morning that I woke up and it was gone, I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Callie keeps saying not to worry about it. We'll just get a wedding band of some kind. She sent me a link for ones that look like they're from the Lord of the Rings, which is cool.
Yeah, just or you could just tell her, you know what, honey, I don't need a ring to show my love for you.
That's exactly what she was saying to calm me down the morning that it happened. Because I think I told you I fell apart that morning, man.
Yeah.
There's no fucking money had come in from work, and here I am stressed, and then I wake up and the fucking wedding rings just disappeared. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Because I think I was telling you, it's even freakier because Twin Peaks, that show that I love so much, in the later seasons, the ring becomes like a huge plot element. And it usually means bad omens when a ring disappears off someone's hand. I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh wow.
What the hell? Yeah, I was having a bad fucking day that day. That was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't even wear my ring most of my wedding because after injuring my back, I gained so much weight that I couldn't wear the ring. And then now here I am divorced, and I finally lost enough weight to wear the ring.
Yeah, that's what was funny. And that's what Callie keeps saying. It's like, well, you lost so much weight, because she would see me play with it every once in a while because there was so much space in between now, you know. Like I could, if I played with it enough, just with my thumb, I could probably get it off if I needed to, kind of a thing. So yeah, that's what she was mentioning. She was, it got loose over the years, so you never know. But what's weird is I had it for so many years with my hand being super bad, is that there's still a line indentation, which is kind of crazy.
Oh wow.
And the ring's been missing now for like fucking ever, so it's just bizarre. And it was funny. She's like, I think you turned into the Incredible Hulk in the middle of the night. I turned into the Incredible Hulk and I went back to sleep. She goes, oh, well, you're a different Hulk. You're angry and you.
That's funny that you mentioned the Hulk because yesterday I was joking around with a couple of my coworkers in the warehouse, and I was describing to the new kid, some people say I have a short temper, but I was telling him, I said, they don't add the fact that they've been irritating me for several days before I get upset. I don't get upset easily, and I don't like to get upset because I don't like the way I am when I'm upset. And I said, and then I said the line,
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And then, but he's too young. He didn't get that joke, right? So he goes, yeah. He goes, I understand that. A lot of people don't like to be angry. And then I said, yeah, if you see me come out of the office, my eyes are green. My skin, my arms are bulging. Just step back.
I would have been. Did he get it then, or he was still?
What's that?
Did he get it then? Was he?
Oh yeah. He's all, yeah. If I ever see you come out of your office with all green and big, I'll be like, nope, fuck that. I'm going home.
See, I've been the dumbass trying to like reinforce it. I would have been like, okay, maybe I didn't do a good enough Bill Bixby. Let me try it again. Bill Bixby, like, I know you told me that. Fuck.
Well, no, but my other coworker, I swear to God, I think he's a lot younger than me, but he gets a lot of older references.
Yeah.
So when I said the line, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry," he busted out laughing.
Yeah. See, some young people are cultured. They get it. They watch all types of stuff or whatever.
And
Man, when I was a kid watching those credits, remember how it was great to watch a TV show because you loved watching the credits, and now we're in a world on Netflix where it says skip credits. It's like, no, I'm not skipping. But man, I used to love the credits for The Incredible Hulk. Hearing
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have. Then an accidental...
I always loved the end music, that piano song.
dude, that music always made me sad as a kid.
Right?
It's just like, he's got to leave again.
Dun,
He was just
dun, 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 dun.
This is so funny. But man, I always love the announcer on the opening credits, you know, and people must believe that he is still dead until he cures the.
David Banner is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him.
Yeah, and then when I went to do plasma the other day, and they had the new machines, that girl was hooking me up, and I said, of course she didn't get the reference that I said, and I go, oh, you guys got new machines? I said, yeah, and I said, we can rebuild better, stronger, faster. she said she said something to the effect of it sounds like something from a commercial, and I was like, yeah.
They're like, yeah, we may have some good fucking, but we're gonna have no conversation.
uh,
I did think it was cool in the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk how they made the joke about, you know, you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. He's like, no, wait, that's not right.
yeah.
Still learning Spanish
You,
in our career.
they should use that for a Snickers commercial. You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.
That was cool, and the fact that in the flashbacks the machine is designed just like the machine from the TV show.
Yeah.
It's cool. Gamma radiation machine.
What happened to the supposed $6 million Man movie with freaking Mark Wahlberg?
They realized it would cost more to make a Bionic Man, I think, and they'd have to the $6 billion man. It's like, I mean, really, you just call it the Bionic Man instead would be the way to go, pretty much. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, so technically it's a $6 million man, but technically with 3D printing and better technology, it'd be less.
Yeah, but you gotta account for inflation. It was 10 years, and God knows how much money just talking about how to do it. And they spent
Yeah,
another
but
5 years.
we got. Every time they showed the inside of his arm, you'd see wires and shit, but now it'd just be microchips and servos. So.
Fiber optics and shit. Oh, fucking traffic, rainy day, and I just want to go back the fuck to sleep. I really do. I'm just like,
Oh man, I've been so tired the past few days. It's like I can't seem to get enough sleep.
and I gotta call Joel in Florida today. I know he's not gonna go out to make me feel bad, but I'm gonna feel so inferior because he just finished shooting his next short, and I think he's in editing on it now. It's a rural kind of modern day witch sort of thing,
Yeah.
like witches operating out of I think like an old trailer park or something. It sounds really cool.
Oh, so I had texted you saying that I think I figured out a really cool way to shoot alone and make it look like I have a cameraman, and I could probably get away with doing some of the practical effects for a haunted film. And what I'm thinking is I use my 360 camera mounted in the center of the room, and as I'm acting, I can do some of the effects, like pull an object with a string or whatever, right?
Oh, you
But
know what? You did. Yeah, you did mention this.
yeah, so in editing on the 360 camera, you can use keyframes to
Hmm.
change the angle of the camera, but there's also what's called live edit, where all you do is hold your phone up like you're actually filming, but you're playing back the recording and you move the camera where you want it to record. I don't know if that makes any sense. So you're watching the recording
So you pre-record something, right?
in
And then
360.
when you can literally move the camera from that footage.
Yeah, so I can follow me with the camera like I'm watching me, and it'll look not only like handheld, but it'll also, I can avoid seeing certain things like a string being pulled. Um,
Yeah.
I could actually reach behind the camera and throw an object across the room, but turn the to look the other
Yeah.
way so that you don't see me doing it.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna
That's
have to
insane.
test it out, and I'll send you a footage. I'll send you some test footage because I want to see how it looks. I've never done the live uh, version. I've always done keyframes when I do the angles, the edit,
Right, right.
and everything I've seen when you're playing it back and then recording, editing the angles with the handheld, it it looks like you had a cameraman following you. So
That's that's pretty cool, man.
yeah,
Um, See, and that's insane because think about it. You've seen Blade Runner, right?
yeah,
Remember the scene where he's like he puts a picture, a photograph into the computer, and then he's like enhance, 38 frames, and back in the day we're like bullshit, because he takes a wide shot and then he goes all the way into the fucking mirror behind the subject, and then zooms in further to see that there's someone in the corner of the room, and
yeah.
we're watching teenagers like that's a bunch of crap, that's never gonna be, and now here you are. Yeah, I can take this footage and I can literally change my camera angle. I mean, insane, dude. It's just crazy to think.
Right? As I
And
started
it,
thinking about that, I was like, wow, I could totally make it look like I have someone holding a camera while I'm acting.
yeah, we're still at the stage people going, I can't make a film. I don't have the stuff to make a film. Okay.
That's what bothers me is I literally have the stuff to do it. I just don't have the actors, which is kind of important.
Well, you could, but you got to just use that charm and wit. You needed to get people to fucking
Yeah, I know.
just keep using that wit. Talk to people at work and just say, "Look, I know you're not an actor. I just really, and milk it. Say, look, this is all I've ever wanted to do with my life. You don't understand. You're just misunderstood." Because then, if they have a significant other, they're gonna be like, "Man, this dude keeps fucking asking me at work to be in something, and it's his childhood dream." And the significant other is gonna say, "Don't be an asshole. Give him a couple hours at a time. What the hell? You spend a lot of time on TikTok. You can go and be in this guy's movie." Or I think you really need to try to create a Facebook forum in the local area. Kind of like you created the Facebook independent page. Do one that's specific towards your region, or see if there's like I think I told you there was a casting one for my area in Virginia called Virginia Actors and Filmmakers. See if you can find something. Yeah, I mean I know if you say Los Angeles filmmakers, there's probably a site for that.
Oh, there's a
Forum.
bunch of them. The problem is that they all got fucking black magic cameras and fucking Sony 9000s and shit like that. It's like,
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes people don't care if you explain what you're doing.
yeah.
Like the role that Niobe got in that short film. It was a pretty lame ad. Because it was done by a 15-year-old kid, and it was,
Yeah.
hey, I'm in a movie. I need actors this age, and You know, I'm sure he got a lot of emails from people who thought it was like a legitimate thing, you know, like a huge deal. But he got 15 people to come out and be in his movie for a day.
Yeah, I might give
So,
it a shot. It's just I feel like there's different expectations here in Southern California.
oh, I
When you
agree.
you
I
put out
agree.
something saying you're doing a film project,
Oh,
they're like immediately going, "This is my big break."
but eventually you're going to get that one person who's like you, who's like, you know, I wanted to do that shit, and either family happened or this happened or whatever the case may be, and you know, there'll be someone there. You know, it's like Colin, the actor buddy of Derek's that I told you about. You know, his goal is to be a super huge actor, but he's willing to come and play a warden, you know, for a day in my
Yeah.
little dinky, you know, shot on VHS kind of. So he knows there's no huge expectations from it, but it's a chance to act, and
I
that's the
could,
key. You know, that's the thing that Derek never gets. Those are the people you want. You want people
yeah,
like us.
yeah. I
Oh,
could create a group page called Cell Phone Film Production.
yeah, you can do that.
Then it's not even there's no expectations other than, hey, this guy shoots film on his phone.
Well, you could do that. You could do, you know, films on the fly, just something that doesn't sound like you're trying to be the next Quentin Tarantino, independent. We got $1 million to make our movie kind of thing. Isn't that insane to think? Those are the conversations independent filmmakers have nowadays. That's the conversation
Yeah.
that Derek and Colin have. Is like,
Oh
we
God.
should be able to get million and a half dollars together to make a movie. It's like, but wait a minute, the movies that you guys appreciate and love weren't made for that much money. You know, Evil
Yeah.
Dead, even with was like maybe 500,000, if that. You know,
Yeah.
these movies,
It's funny because
most of the day went to the cameras because the
yeah,
cameras were so.
I was watching something about what's the difference between low budget, micro budget, and no budget, and it blows my mind that low budget goes only down to like $1 million or something like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then micro budget is like from a
500,000.
million down to 500,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
Micro budget. I'm like, are you kidding me? There were Roger Corman movies that weren't made for 500,000. I'm like, that is insane to me. The original Halloween was made for $200,000 in the '70s.
Jeez. Oh man, I'm like, I know there's got to be some. I might just do a group, no budget, cell phone filmmaking, don't expect anything group page. Actually, on phone calls with two nerds.
I missed that on TV shows. I used to love that previously on the 18th.
Yeah. Well, we lost Rick in a tunnel over there on the East Coast.
That's the cheesier ones.
Yeah.
On the last episode of Lassie, so and so was at the bottom of a well. But no, man, I think you're gonna eventually find someone who will come out and do something for what you're trying to do.
So I have something for you that you I know I'm imagining you rolling your eyes and just because crypto. Do you think that'll open up for movies about like remakes of Rin Tin Tin, Lassie, Benji? Did I lose you again? I think I lost you again.
Are you serious?
What's that?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me I lost you twice in one.
Yeah.
Like it's
I,
it's
I don't know if you even
ridiculous.
heard my question. I was like, damn, was it that bad of a question?
What I said is my response was like, "Oh fuck, you're gonna talk about Superman." But no, I don't want any remakes of the only animal remake I want is Cujo. That's all I want to see.
But they already did a remake, didn't they?
No, they're planning a TV limited series, miniseries kind of thing, but I don't know if it actually is happening. Studios have a habit of announcing things and then it doesn't happen. So
A mini series that on a dog with rabies. That doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, because it's King's one of his shortest books next to Carrie. It's not a very long
Yeah.
novel, you know, but I guess they feel they can stretch it out.
Oh God.
I don't know if you can do Cujo nowadays, anyways, because you have too many people who get triggered by animal deaths on film. So,
Well, that's
you
why I
know,
think they need to do remakes of Ren Tin Tin, Benji, and Lassie.
I don't know. They did Turner and Hooch for Disney Plus as a show, and it sucked. It's kind of hard to replace Tom Hanks and that dog, man, because that movie's still great.
I
I
think
still want to.
they should they should redo Lassie, but with a pit bull.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Remember Turner and Hooch though? Don't eat the car. Oh,
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 freaking! I never wanted a mastiff so bad until watching that movie. I still want a
we.
mastiff.
I remember when we showed Niobe that movie the first time. She was like maybe 6, somewhere in there. She was young, and that slow motion shot when Hooch runs out, and the flaps kind of go up in the air and come back down,
Yeah.
and oh, he was giggling so hard. It took, it was so great.
Oh my God, it is. It's gloomy right now, and I kind of wish it would stay like this all day.
I don't want it to stay like this all day. I'm fine with this type of weather when it's actually, fall, winter,
Yeah.
but not during the summer because out here the humidity just gets worse after
Oh
it rains.
God, it's so
And
funny that you guys get such bad humidity, and you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and the humidity is like, it's not too bad.
we're kind of the devil's crotch, pretty much. Devil's crotch in a flea market in South Pasadena in July. That's our area
The
pretty much.
devil's left ball sack in the middle of summer.
Pretty much, I hate it. We have a very short window for fall, and it's beautiful when it happens, but it disappears so quick. We usually get it late. Like, kids are usually trick or treating in shorts still. It's pretty crazy. And then it shifts in November, and it feels really just wonderful. And then it goes fucking cold as shit. What is it? Cold as a witch's tit, as they said back in the day. Pretty bad.
Well, I heard one of the rednecks that I work with at the RV dealership in Vegas. He said, "Oh God damn, it's colder than the south end of a north-facing coal miner." Some shit like that. I was like, "What the fuck?"
For you, a coal miner would be like, what does that even mean?
So I'm like, "What?" He,
I
he would
remember.
he would
I
say such
remember.
weird shit like that. He was like, we were smoking in the rain, and he's all, "Yeah, it'd suck on a dead horse if it had nicotine in it."
I remember Ray and I, God bless him, when we were coming up with the idea for Cash Bags, the movie about the two different group of criminals trying to steal money from one another that's been robbed from a bank. We wanted one character just to have the stupidest fucking sayings that didn't make any sense,
Yeah, yeah, I remember us trying to come up with that.
Yeah, that's why you never go to someone's house on a Wednesday and not bring a gift. It's like, what? It's like, we just have him doing stupid shit because he was like inspired by Ross Perot, all his dumb shit he would say. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't clip the side of a barn and not take some damage. It's like, what? What does that even mean?
Oh,
Okay. Now he would have been an interesting president for 4 years. I'm telling you.
Ross Perot.
Yeah, I think other countries would be like, don't fuck with that man. He's crazy. There's something wrong with him. Just leave him be. We'll wait for the next Republican or Democrat. It's okay.
At this point, I would rather even see George Bush Jr. President again rather than Trump.
I kind of wish Clint Eastwood went from being the mayor of Carmel, California, into a run for the office. That would have
Oh,
been
can you
crazy.
imagine? We get
Shit,
threats from North Korea, and he's like, he says one of his lines from his movie. Don't
you
you
feel
feel
lucky,
lucky,
Korea.
punk?
You feel lucky, Korea. Bring it on. It's like, it's okay. We're okay. We love you, Clint. We love
No,
you.
the perfect one would be Chuck Norris.
I
There would
saw.
be rumors of him walking around without his secret agents, without his his guards.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he doesn't need guards. Guards
He
need him.
he guards the Secret Service.
It's like my agent nearly got shot until I took the bullet for him. Isn't it supposed to be that way? It's like, I mean, it's okay because the bullet bounced off you, but still.
Chuck Norris flew to North Korea without a plane.
That's pretty good. I was thinking about Clint Eastwood the other day, and I decided, I was like, there's a bunch of Clint Eastwood movies I've never seen, simply due to the fact that I'm like, yeah, it's not really the movie I want to see him in. So I watched The Mule. Have you heard of this one?
The Mule?
Where where he becomes a drug runner.
I
He
saw
doesn't
Two
know what.
Mules for Sister Sarah, but
Yeah, where he's. But yeah, I remember that. I saw it once, and I'll never see it again. But it's kind of crazy because he made that movie. I want to say The Mule was made maybe 10 years ago, and I'm just, holy
I
shit.
think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was the first signs of him getting that old, where you're just like, oh fuck, you went from old to now you're elderly, kind of a thing. It was kind of hard to watch because all my images of Eastwood are formulated from childhood, watching HBO, watching the Dirty Harry movies, watching Heartbreak Ridge, all these different films, Pink Cadillac, stuff like that. And he was just at that age where it's like, obviously he wasn't a young man, but he just looked fucking badass, and
Yeah.
I just got that image of him, even in The Line of Fire, where he's a Secret Service agent. He still looks great. He still looks cool. Yeah. And now there's just that point you're just like, damn, man, now he's that old. It's insane.
Have you seen these AI videos where they show cast of a certain movie or TV show as babies?
I haven't seen those. I've just seen the thing where people AI a young version of the actor next to the old version of the actor, and they're like together. I've seen that.
So I was thinking of using AI to do Fast and Furious, 8 or 9, whatever number they're at right now, but with the cast from like Cannonball Run and Smoking the Bandit, like Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I did see the Ghostbusters one. That was funny.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one was funny actually. Because they even had Baby Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, I've seen a Star Wars one. I've seen like Married with Children. There's a whole bunch of them out right now.
Man, I wish we could have a married was vulgar and insulted everything and everyone. I wish we could have that again.
We need Al Bundy as president.
Oh, that show was great. Ed O'Neill, man. You gotta throw out some love for Ed O'Neill. He's an actor who I don't really think got the roses he deserved. Like, he really should have ended up in more movies and stuff.
Yeah.
What's a great movie with him is Dutch. Did you see that?
No.
Dutch is about he's like a laborer for a living. I think he owns a construction company, right? And his girlfriend, which is Jo Beth Williams, Poltergeist, and her son needs to be picked up from boarding school, and bring him to her, kind of a thing. And he wants to reach out. He wants to meet this kid and let him know that, hey, I love your mom and everything else. And it's one of those road pictures. It was produced by John Hughes, who did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
And it kind of has a vibe because it's Thanksgiving, it's winter, because all of his movies take place in Illinois. And the kid is Ethan Embry. You know who that is, right?
No.
He was in Empire Records, and he's in the fourth Vacation movie, Vegas Vacation.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He played Rusty. Here, though, he's like maybe 13, 14 years old. It's pretty crazy. But, yeah, it's a funny fucking movie, man. Ed O'Neill's great. It's Dutch. It's such a good movie.
Of course, as soon as you said Dutch, the first image that popped in my head was Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Another movie entirely at that.
They're like, wait, Dutch?
Your mother sent me to pick you up.
Get into the chopper now.
Find up each other as we look at the countryside.
There's a meme of the Predator sitting on a log with his head down, and it says, "Nobody asked me to get in the chopper."
There's a reason for that Predator.
Oh my god.
But man, I still can't believe Carl Weathers is gone. Jeez, man, he's so far. Predator.
Man, we don't have actors like that anymore. You know, freaking, there's no freaking Clint Eastwood. There's no Burt Reynolds.
Well, it's like, okay, if you look at a picture of people in like the fucking 1920s, you see like their facial structure and just them as people.
Yeah,
It's drastically different than someone born today, you know. And it's kind of the same thing. There was something about guys that were born in the 1940s, 1950s, that era. When you see them in the 80s, yeah, they're just so fucking chiseled and badass. And I don't mean necessarily muscular. I'm just talking about the way they look. You know, it didn't seem like everybody was a carbon copy almost.
yeah.
Because you could take 30 Gen Z teenage boys right now, or guys in their 20s, and they all fucking look the same.
You know what? Some of the people that I follow on YouTube, especially with keto and the carnivore diet, they attribute that to the lack of protein, the lack of actual meat protein. It's a proven fact that when you don't eat protein, you grow up with a narrower jaw.
And very delicate skin.
Well, yeah, very delicate skin. Yeah, you grow up with a narrower jaw, and that's why so many kids end up having to go to an orthodontist because their jaw isn't wide enough to fit all their teeth that are growing in.
Oh, interesting.
And all these people are promoting veganism and all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, you're basically we're growing into the alien grays.
I think the most
We're gonna have big heads and small jaws,
I think the most annoying
small balls.
yeah, the most annoying alien. Now you got me on aliens. The most annoying young actor right now is fucking Timothy Chalamet. I cannot. Sure, he's a kid, but oh my god, I fucking hate him as an actor so much. I'm like, dude, there is nothing to you, you know. And everyone's like, oh, he's so amazing in Dune, especially part 2. I'm like, oh, because what? He goes from quiet little Timothy to I'm going to yell my dialogue now. It's like fucking dreadful.
Yeah, I think that's how much I like him because like I know the name, but I couldn't think of anything he was in until you said Dune.
That's what upset me about Christopher Holt in Superman. He's done better parts. He was great as Beast in 2 of the X-Men movies. He's great on a show called The Great, which is about a king and his queen. Uh, he's done some great work,
Yeah,
but fucking I hate this version of Lex Luthor. He's just this fucking whiny, he's just Luther isn't a man. He's just this fucking pussy, and I'm just like, this is horrible. You know, this is not what Luther should be. You know,
now
fucking crying at the end as they take him away. I'm like, that's not Lex Luthor, man. That's not
no,
how that.
I will come
Fucking
back, Superman. You will not hear the end of me. That's Lex Luthor.
exactly. You know, he will have already made his 5 moves ahead of the game. He already knows he's got somebody waiting to release him or something to that effect. He would have a plan, you know. And it's like going back to my hatred for Superman. Why does Lex Luthor hate him so much? Why is he like, you alien? You know, it's like, what was this James Gunn's attempt to do a Trump allegory? It's like, what was the point? You
Yeah,
know, maybe it was something to chew on a little bit. You know,
I think he was using Lex Luthor as a metaphor for Trump.
I think he was using Lex Luthor as a metaphor for all the hate he took online, is what it is.
Yeah.
He's just like, picking on me, and I'm going to talk about it. That's why I'm going to have monkeys online trashing Superman.
Speaking of Superman, the actor that they picked, I picture him more suitable for the role of a remake of The Greatest American Hero.
Yeah, I could see that. God, I love The Greatest American Hero.
I think he would be perfect for if they ever did a reboot or a movie. You know.
Yeah, I think we're outside that window now, though. I think so many people are hating on superhero movies that you can't even make fun of them because people just, there's so much, you know, it's like people just don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I think this would be a perfect time to redo it. What would be even funnier is if you did a movie about the greatest American hero using that cheesy ass green screen.
Yeah, yeah. What I thought was great about the concept of that show is that is exactly how life is. I would find a superhero suit and then I'd fucking lose the instructions. That would happen to me. That would be it.
Oh no, I
That
would
would be
find the superhero suit and not read the instructions.
that would be like, here's an ATM card. You won the contest. It has $1 million on it. That can only be accessed from an ATM. You can't use it at stores. And here's your PIN number. Oh, thank you so much. It's like, where's that PIN number? What happened to the PIN number? Son of a bitch.
No, what would be funny is we do a remake of The Greatest American Hero, and he opens the instructions, and it's identical to the IKEA instructions for a piece of furniture.
I guess Ryan Reynolds could make a good greatest American
Oh
hero.
yes, yes, Ryan Reynolds would be fucking perfect.
Or Ryan Gosling. I could see that. No coincidence between the first two names. Though, but yeah.
But I picture Ryan Reynolds throwing in lines about Green Lantern and fucking Deadpool, though.
That was so great in Deadpool 1. Just don't make the suit, was it spandex or animated? You know, still not seeing Green Lantern all the way through. I've tried and I just can't do
Really?
it. It's him trying to be cool with no humor and it doesn't work. You know, he's trying to be Harrison Ford. He's trying to be that type of caliber, and it doesn't work for him. You know, without
Yeah.
he's just got that face where he can't be serious 100%. You know, you have to combine everything.
I think I made myself like it because I was just a big fan of Green Lantern. I looked at Green Lantern more than I looked at Ryan Reynolds as Green
See,
Lantern.
and I love Green Lantern as well, and it's the TV show coming on called Lanterns. They were talking about it at Comic-Con over the weekend. And fucking James Gunn, man, this fucking idiot. It's like he can't do anything without subverting it to meet his storytelling methods. And immediately Nathan Fillion started talking that, oh yeah, I dropped so many F-bombs on the Lanterns TV show. And I'm like, that's not Green Lantern, though. That's not what fucking Green Lantern's about.
Yeah.
And if he's dropping bombs, that means it's going to be the same type of fucking humor from Superman.
Yeah.
And it's like not what Green Lanterns is. The Green Lantern Corps is almost a majestic sort of, I won't say Jedi-like organization, but
Yeah.
like knights, like a medieval, like King Arthur. That's how I picture the Green Lantern Corps.
Exactly.
You have
Yeah.
all these of alien, and their goal is to protect the universe from evil, not to make yuck jokes, you know? And that just fucking bothers the shit out of me. The only thing I'm excited about is that you have the characters of Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, you know, which were my Green Lanterns. I was not down with Guy Gardner at all. You know, they introduced him, I read it with him, and I'm like, I don't like you. Because he's kind of a get the whole point of being a Green Lantern. He's an asshole, first of all.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, Hal Jordan's not an asshole. Jon Stewart's not a fucking asshole. You know, so I really just prefer the comic version of Green Lanterns. And I'm afraid the TV show is going to just, you know, fuck that up, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
James Gunn works when you have reject misfit characters, and that's fine. But don't take characters that don't have that personality type and convert them into that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I love Peacemaker, I really do. I think they do a great job with his character and some of the surrounding characters. But I still hate what they did to Vigilante because they turned him into the butt of a joke.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Vigilante in the comic books, he's there. You know, he's kind of their real world Batman, sort of a Punisher type. And you know, you see him, he's fucking tall and built and strong. And on the show, he's short and built, you know. And turn him into the lame brain, you know, he's the butt of the joke all the time. It's like, oh, you're not a hero, you're a schmuck. And
He's like a character from Kick-Ass or something.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the Vigilante from the books. And it's really interesting to me that I haven't found a lot of people complaining about that. And I don't know if that's because they're not aware of Vigilante being in the books.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just confused on that because it would be like taking Robin and turning him into a putz. You know, basically
But a
just
lot of
corny
people already believe Robin's a putz.
Oh yeah, and that's because people suck. But Robin's awesome. But, I mean, eventually he becomes his own hero, literally.
Nightwing.
So yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's going to be good, but I'm expecting bad things. That way, if it's actually 80% what I want, I'll be happier compared to Superman.
I don't know. I kind of wish they would do another Batman movie with Robin and Batgirl. I just wish they would do it better than.
I, I wish the Batgirl movie that got shelved would come out, but I don't think they can legally release it now because they wrote it off as a financial loss.
Uh,
Didn't release it. I mean,
it,
that is a travesty that we have another movie with Michael Keaton as Batman and we'll never see it. It's ridiculous because Batgirl goes to him for help, and I'm like, great. So Keaton, I mean, it was great. Keaton got paid fat. That works, but it's like, but we don't get to see him as the character again, which was my favorite part of the Flash. I loved his analogy with the times mixing together with spaghetti. I just thought that was fantastic. That was so great. It was a wonderful way of explaining how all the times were converging. Oh, that was great. I just wish they had a better way to visually display how the times were coming together, because on paper it may have been good, but those effects were horrible, man. It looked like video game effects when you saw all the different Superman and everything. It's like, great, you guys did Nicolas Cage as Superman, which is a great, nod to the fact that he almost played him, but the effects were just so fucking bad. I was like, you guys did this with like a fucking home computer. It's like, what is going on?
yeah. After that one day when I took off from work, I watched Justice League, and I actually started to watch Flash right after, and then I got about 10 minutes into it and suddenly realized I didn't feel like watching it.
The Flash is a hard one for me to watch with the whole mother subplot.
Yeah.
That scenes always break my heart because it's just so well done. Yeah, I love that a lot. And I love the scene when you get the idea that Barry Flash is like, he really needs a friend. He really needs someone. And unfortunately, Batman's so busy with his own inner turmoil, he doesn't have time to hang out with him or anything. And I thought that was a really great scene.
That AI game that I've been playing,
Yeah.
the story type game, I created a character called Dark Justice,
Oh, that's cool.
and he's basically like Batman. He has he's a billionaire, and his real name is Jack Harrington. And I'm thinking that's a character from a soap opera, but I don't know. The name just sounded good, and I think it sounded familiar. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do Jack Harrington. And but he has a company called Harrington Tech, and his home looks like an abandoned warehouse, and he has guards guarding it. But when he enters it, it's all high tech inside.
That's kind of neat. So
And,
basically, you don't hide in plain sight because the place looks cool.
exactly, and this abandoned looking warehouse is literally a few blocks from his office building where his company is based, and like you said, he can hide in plain sight basically.
That's cool.
But when he leaves the hideout as Dark Justice, he leaves through an underground tunnel, so that his own guards don't see him leave.
What's funny is it's a good title regardless, but you remember there was a TV show called Dark Justice in the 90s? It was one of
No,
CBS.
maybe
Yeah,
that's where I got the name from. I don't remember that.
maybe, but I don't think it's like copyrighted to where you can't use it. But back in the day, it was on CBS late night. It was like a Canadian produced show about a vigilante. Kind of nuts.
Shit, maybe I was channeling the original writer from that.
Yeah, he was a judge that got tired of got tired of criminals getting away with shit. So he ended up fighting crime at night. Not like a real superhero. It was just basically when he's a judge, his hair's all tied back and slicked back. But then when he's in vigilante mode, he rides a motorcycle with like a denim jacket, and his hair is all flailing about and everything. It was it was kind of lame, but it was something to watch late night in 1991 or so. But all right, man, I have hit the job site, so I'm gonna let you go, and we'll see if this recording comes out any better than the previous one.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.